It's your boy Evolutionary Knight. Hit the subscribe and like. Show me some love. Good morning, good evening, good night, all that good stuff. Hey, I wanted to do it. It's time. The beast. The truth. Finally got my man to Immortal. I took my time getting chips of him. Got him up there. He's at Immortal 1. I seen this video, man. He's only at plus 15, plus 16 now. All right, I seen this video. Content creator, I can't think of his name. I apologize off the top of the head, but he made a video discussing using energy. The energy set, light gap. So I threw the light gap set on him. We got HP on one of the hands, and then we want attack. All right, and then I want vigorous. We want HP. Thinking about going full attack since I do have the prism amulet, but we'll see how that goes. Substats, I try to look for HP, defense, attack, HP, defense is the goal. I got to take what I can get. His spin does not crit, so crit is not a thing, not a big deal. And because his crit doesn't, because his spin doesn't crit, that's where the bulk of his damage comes in. I really don't care about the stat per se. So this is the team that I've been running. I'm on 44-39. We'll run crate in the front just to start it. Just want to give you an idea of what this guy brings to the table, right? So he doesn't have any damage yet. He hasn't taken any damage, so he doesn't do any damage because his ult is the bulk of the damage. And we lose crate. Now, watch him spin into. And we'll see if he can finish this up for me, right? And he's just going to spin. And maybe I should have had him at the lead to spin in and out. But you see his damage just constantly going up, consistently rising. He's just a monster, man. He brings a lot to the table. It even doesn't look like he's doing a lot of damage because the spin just doesn't see massive big numbers, not pretty numbers like if Bailey ults. All you see is boom, crits all over the place. But as you can see there, he gets busy, man. He gets it done. I like to use crate because crate in the front, and the reason why, boom, right there, right? He bulks it, he groups them. And then, so when he does that spin like that, it's irritating, right? Because it seems broken. They were in the right position as I want them to, because I want them grouped. I want them bunched up so they can take as much damage as possible. And he should have spun through, but he didn't. So we may not make it through this just because of that. And you see right there, boom, his alt lands. His immune lands after he's taking a beating. Because his immune lands, he stays alive. He's also healing himself and he's receiving heals. And he just spins. It's just insane. This character is insane. Now, if the first spin would have went through like it was supposed to, then I wouldn't have that issue and we wouldn't have failed. But unfortunately, I think Dan Hellman did a video where he was talking about the potential of that he's getting blocked. And because he's getting blocked, that's why you can't get through there. So we'll try to put him in the front line, see if he'll take enough damage to spin into the group. So right now he's already up there on the damage department. Boom, we'll spin in, and it's a beautiful thing. So we're going to get the defense down. And of course, like I tell you before, this game is a strategy. It's about positioning. Move your characters around, get them positioned to where they will actually change their movement, change their heals, change who gets attacked during the fight. That way you'll get a different feel out of your guys. And you can see right now we have them right where we want them. So Bailey, Crate, and Leo are all taking advantage of that bunching that Crate does, right? And Leo is doing the work, Bailey's doing the work. We're putting up the numbers that we need to get through these type of fights. I like having Emma in the fights because what Emma does is wear down the tank. So these tanky characters at this level get insane. And as you see right there, we're in the back, we're fighting this guy, and we got 3 people beating on him because the tanks, I don't know if it's armor, HP, or whatever it is, they take a lot of damage. And because they take a lot of damage, it gets harder to meet the timelines. You don't necessarily die. You just don't meet enough damage to get down the stage because you have Crate and Leo that are able to tank so much damage, so much damage. So we keep Emma in the back, and Emma wears down the tank. She's not necessarily putting out the AoE damage, but she's lowering the tanks for me. So that way, when I get to the tanks are going down. As you see right here, boom, 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 boom. She pumps, she knocks down a quarter of his health. You know, so when the fight is said and done and I move to him, it's easier to get him down at the end because a lot of my damage is AoE related, right? Bailey's a lot of AoE damage. Leo, tons of AoE damage. And of course, Crate, tons of AoE damage. So, Bailey does do single target damage very well, but Emma, in my mind, is the queen of that single target damage, pumping in that monster DPS single target. So right here, we should be able to finish him, right? We'll have Emma go ahead and crit here in a few seconds. This is what I'm talking about. Defense down coming up, alt coming up, and it's a race against the clock, right? And my race against time, I can't stop running through the red light. Hey, and, pretty much it. So that's why the team is and put together the way it is, just specifically for that. So I don't have any issues with taking down the tanks at the end, because if it's all AoE at the end, you know, you're just basically tickling the tank for 20 to 30 seconds and not actually getting anything done, which is very, very annoying. As we see here, I might need, if I don't make it through this, I'm going to have to run Leo on the front line. But we got good positioning, so this may work out. I take that back. You see Emma's down there in the bottom wearing out the tank. Everybody's in position to where they're going to take AoE damage thanks to crit. The synergy with the team is just fucking amazing. And we'll take a look at my commander after this fight. I'll show you the commander who I'm running and why. I'll show you my prototypes and why this just Leo just comes into the team and just makes it amazing, right? Because you're not going to lose Leo. He takes a lot of damage. Then after you kill him, you got to come back with the immunity. So even you run things like double healers that'll keep him in the fight afterwards. Just amazing character. So these are the prototypes. This is the commander I'm running. Out of all my commanders, I get Serena, and I get an extra +1 ultimate from Bailey. So this is why I run specifically this one, even though the substats on it are not the best, right? Number one reason that you run this is the Proton Shield. The Proton Shield goes on Vanguard or Assassin. The damage caused by their next skill is increased by 60%, and they gain a shield equal to 30% of the HP for the next 5 seconds, right? So we run Gutierrez because he's constantly putting shields on. These shields will then be benefited from what is called Pain Rune, right? Another beautiful prototype, one of the best in the game, PvP and PvE in my opinion. When an allied, assassin, or vanguard hero loses their shield shall explode and inflict AoE damage to the shield, 50%, and as well as 2 seconds of stun effect to an enemy within a small radius. So if you see the halo spinning over top of the enemy, that is the shield, that is the stun animation. And throughout the fight, you just see stun, which makes the fight even easier because now I have 3 characters who are constantly stunning these characters over and over and over again like clockwork. Prison Amulet speaks for itself. When Vanguard receives damage, 55% of its slow taken over 8 seconds. If the Vanguard kills an enemy during this period, all delay damage is cleared. I suggest if you're running Leo as a main tank, you can run him in all attack. You can build him for as much damage as possible, because when he starts spinning because he's taking so much damage and all he's doing is spinning and killing, he's going to negate so much damage because of that. Because of this omelet. This omelet is insane, all right? And then I use Flashpoint. When an ally hero casts a heal skill, the CD of their normal skill shall be reduced by 30%. Any access healing thereafter shall be converted into a shield and applied to the heal unit, right? So it's the more shields. Shield goes with the synergy of the team. Maserati is an amazing healer, and he's constantly over healing. He's shitting heals all over the battlefield, and because of that, there's a lot of over healing done. Giving more shields, making your team tougher, more durable, and also giving you more stuns, right? So all that said, this is how I combine the team. That's the synergy of this team. That's what it's made off of. That's why I created the way I created it. So we want Crit to, hopefully he's going to move inside. Big defense down there, which is beautiful, perfectly put. So now my guys can cause all the AoE damage and havoc in the world that needs to be done. And as you can see here in this specific match, Leo is in the lead. Bailey's going to do his ult. He's going to put up big numbers. And boom, now we go on to finish. All right, so Leo changes the landscape of the game. I had Rav in the position for a long time, or I run a second healer in that position for a long time. And it's just been, once I got Leo immortalized, I was stuck maybe for like a week on the same story mode. And once I got Leo to immortal, I'm just cruising through it, as you can see here, no problem whatsoever. Leo is a different breed. His heals, his shields, his immunity. So you kill him, man, and he's going to be immune anyway. Right now, he should have died. Now he's immune. He's going to continue to do the damage. He's going to get healed up. He is just different. And he does the DPS to go along with it. In this specific fight, I'm being stunned a lot. But because they focused on my Leo, it's letting all my other characters do work. Like Bailey is back in the background, really doing what he needs to do to get through this. They're trying their damnedest to kill this Leo. They finally get him, but he did a lot of damage, 7.6 before he went down. And now it's going to give me enough time to clean up everybody else. That is the beauty of Leo. You see the tank, like I said, the tanks are just annoying at this level. They are, I don't know if it's their defense, if it's the HP that they have, but at this level, they can be a pain in the ass. But we should get through this. The stuns, and Emma gets it done. All right, so real quick, we'll go back and check out what my Leo has on for gear. It doesn't have the best gear. Well, we already checked the gear. We'll run through his skills real quick, and we'll call it that a video. Again, this is my stats: 1.4, 32K. He is not optimized whatsoever. I'm missing a lot of stats because I went with the light gap set. But as you can see, he still puts the numbers on. He still gets it done. At 20, mountain skill enhancement. When the death immunity effect is triggered, Leo immediately recovers 600 energy, right? And it doesn't say there's a CD on it. So once I get to 20, I'm really curious to see if he just spins in and out. This is his in and out attack here called Storm. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out and how effective that is as a character. His life still comes from Storm, the ultimate. I mean, Leo is a different breed. He's like Crete on steroids. I wouldn't believe I'm saying that, but he can replace Crete as a tank once you get past exclusive 20, because you're constantly healing yourself into that spin, that death spin. And then with the gap set, I'm getting 200 plus constantly on top of that energy. So definitely a fun character. If you don't have him, I would save up and gear toward him, right? Because my Bailey's max, so now it's all about him. And then I think I'm going to go into Maserati. But that's where I'm at with my Leo. I appreciate you spending time with me. Hit the like and subscribe. Show me some love. Peace.